Good afternoon, everyone. Vertebral fracture or broken bone spine affects millions of lives every year. That creates a significant clinical need. So far, the treatments are insufficient, and that leads to unhappy and unsatisfied clinicians and patients. At Amber Implants, we have developed an innovative product, VCFix, to change the status quo. We have received a breakthrough designation for this device, which clearly shows the unmet need and the potential for this solution. And with a robust IP in hands and a clear product roadmap, we are aiming to change the way of treatment of this type of fractures. I'm Mohammad Ahmadi. I'm one of the founders and the CTO of this company, Amber Implants, which is located in The Hague, the Netherlands. And I'm proud to present our work today and represent a group of 16 medical device enthusiasts led by Banafsheh Sajjadi as our CEO. Every year, around 9 million people suffer from vertebral fracture. If you think about it, it is equal to a megacity like New York or London. There are two routes for this type of fracture. The first one is vertebral compression fracture, which is for elderly people. So people are aging, and the quality of bone gets weaker and weaker. And the second source of that is traumatic fracture, which is for younger patients which do sport activities or car accident or something similar to that. Most of these patients, unfortunately, left untreated, which brings chronic pain, loss of mobility, deformation in spine, and decrease of quality of life. For the ones who are treated, the situation is even worse. After the treatment, like 6 months after, 1 out of 2 patients who went through the kyphoplasty coming back to the hospital with either an adjacent fracture or recurrence of back pain. I'm not even referring to cement leakage, which is up to 50%. And for the ones who had the traumatic fracture, then there is no single standard solution. That's why those patients are going to an invasive operation, and surgeons, being creative, usually combining different techniques like balloon kyphoplasty, removing the vertebral body, and allowing fusion of a couple of vertebrae together. For the patient, there's a long recovery time and a high infection rate. That's why we have created VCFix. This device has 3 different distinctive features. The first one is the expandable part. It's made of titanium implants. And it first lifts and then maintains the fractured vertebra. This device doesn't rely on any bone cement, and that's why all the complication related to bone cement is gone. For more traumatic fracture, this device has this pedicle screw, which brings more stability in the vertebral body. And if a surgeon wants to, it can add a tulip and connect it to another vertebra for more traumatic fractures. So to summarize, this device can be used in a minimal invasive setting. The surgery time is predicted to be shortened. For most of the cases, there is no need to stay in hospital, and it offers bone growth. And there is one single device for all kinds of indications, from a grandma easy fracture to high traumatic fractures. And I'm very proud to bring some evidence for what I said. Last year, exactly the same time, we started first in human with 10 patients in Germany, in 2 sites. And we concluded the study within a few months, in May 2024, with outstanding results. So the operation, the average time was only 17 minutes, which is half of the time of usually for something like some alternatives. There was none, zero at the device-related adverse event, which is typically 30 to 50% for such treatments. And as you can see, the pain and disability dropped immediately, just right after the operation, so from 80% to almost zero. The market that we are addressing is huge, and you can imagine because of the amount of patients. So it's valued for $1.2 billion in 2024, and because of the aging population, in 10 years, it's going to be doubled. For us, we are now considering the pivotal trial in Europe, but then we are confident that within a few months, we can get the FDA 510K clearance and enter to the US market, which is the biggest market in the world. And within 2 years, we will be able to get all the regulatory approval for this device in Europe and in the United States. And then a year after, sell the device globally for all the indications in the world. So here we stand now. We are in the process of closing the Series A for $6 million. So if anybody interested, I would like to have a talk with that person after this session. With this money, we will be able to start a pivotal trial in Europe in 3 countries and 10 sites. In the meantime, we will continue our regulatory activities in the US, get the 510K clearance for some of the indication, and then start the post-market study in the US. And in 2 years, we will be able to get the CE marking and FDA approval for most of the indication of the device in Europe and United States. And after that, a Series B, which will enable us to scale up the company and sell the product globally. Thank you very much.